Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks again for joining me while we have a quick update on how reserve lists are going to get a boost from Time Spiral. Let's get to it. I'm going to skip a lot of the middleman because I just don't think it's worth it in the long run and it takes a bit longer to make anyways. I don't really want to go Rudy style of just walking in front of a camera and just saying whatever I want to, but I think I can hopefully avoid some of the more tedium to just get you guys some more information. So let's go through and see exactly what Time Spiral is reprinted to make me say that. I will start with Damnation. Now, Damnation is a big card. I actually got the Secret Lair that I forgot his name now, but I got the new version of Damnation for two reasons. One of them is I thought that if they're going to do a Secret Lair, that there wouldn't be as much of an issue with a reprint coming up straight away, and I wanted Damnation in my deck anyways. And more importantly, the art looked cool, the price was pretty decent. Then I got my latest Secret Lairs, and I realized they pretty much come as Pringles chips, and they probably aren't going to be worth as much, especially in a tournament setting. And I haven't even played them with my friends to see if the curling is enough for it to bend and actually show where my next best card is going to be. So Teferi's protection, that I know exactly where it is going to be pretty much the fact that I like to play for fun more than competitiveness, to push it away and just be like, yeah, I don't know where that thing is, or something else. I don't know. I'm hoping that it doesn't get any worse than it already is. So, Damnation has been reprinted. It looks exactly the same. The Time Spiral logo is there. It's a bit tilted, it's off to the side. Another one that surprised me is Thoughtseize. Now, this was actually in my modern list. The Damnation would be more for Commander. Thoughtseize would be for modern. This was on my modern list. There's quite a few versions of this. It's a pretty expensive card. I just didn't expect to see it like it is right now. Another one I didn't expect to see is Yawgmoth. He's not that expensive, but I guess he can sell packs. I feel like this is all well and good. Yawgmoth is a commander card. That's fine. Damnation with the secret lair that came out kind of feels a bit iffy to me. Luckily, I only bought one of them. If I bought as many as I could, which I think, what's the limit? 10, 30 secret lairs? I mean, I bought one for my deck and it looked cool. If someone went and got 30 secret lairs for the Damnation, the set printing, they might be kicking themselves because if they got the foil one, not only does it not sell as well because it obviously has the bends and isn't useful in a lot of places, it's it's the fact that it just got reprinted, which means that this card will probably come down from whatever its price is right now, which is probably 40, 50, maybe less because of the reprinting from the Secret Lair, to probably an average about $10, $20, unless it's a mythic, so maybe 25 to 30. I can't imagine. I mean, Ugin, he dropped down to 25, and he was a mythic rare. So, I mean, he was cheap comparatively. He was $80 at some point. So, no joke that a card like Damnation, which is only played in Commander, can drop a significant amount when this comes out. Now let's go through this because I actually haven't seen too many of these. Obviously, Sanguine Bond is a very expensive card right now. It'll drop. It's a commander staple. It's not exactly the best eye feeling, but it's good. Leyline of the Void, pretty good card. I haven't seen this one. Cards in graveyards lose all abilities. That card sucks. I hate that card. I'm gonna have to get that card, but I hate that card. Ooh, Tassagear looks pretty weird, actually. No, he looks fine. He looks fine. I like the old school art background and all that. I don't think the issue is really with that. I feel like the issue is some of these Secret Lair reprintings are starting to feel a bit more aggressive to me and a bit too soon. Laboratory Maniac, Ancestral Visions, that's a good one. Mirror Entity, that's cool. Slithers are back. Sliver Queen's gonna love it if you guys have one. I know one of my friends has a few. True Name Nemesis, pretty cool. I'm not gonna stick Teferi. Very powerful card actually. Very annoying. Treasure Cruise. Was that not? No, that wasn't the one that was banned, right? That was the take a next turn one or something. That can't be one. Yes, they got the same suspend cards back. Please give me some more suspend cards. It's so boring to play with the same ones. Mainly because I have a commander deck with draw already in it. So nothing too special. There's some cool additions. Containment Priest is back. Anyways, guys, I just want to bring up the fact that the Damnation reprinting, a couple of extra modern cards thrown in, and a couple of commanders themselves, like Yawgmoth, thrown in, makes this a very reprint heavy set that may not help in the current environment that Wizards is trying, or maybe has completely given up on giving people confidence in the newer products they're buying. And when I mean new, I mean new. Like, I just got the set. I haven't even received it. I haven't even got my box for Secret Lair for Damnation. So before that comes out, I bet Time Spiral is going to come out. And I'm glad that I only got one of those, mainly because of the curling, mainly because of the art. You know, you have one, you look at it, nice. If you're buying Secret Lairs to try to resell at this point, you're going to have trouble. Now, Rudy made a video about it. I haven't kept up with the cost. I know that certain Secret Lairs are still pretty expensive. Like I said, I have another one foil for my Teferi's Protection and the Extra Life. So I got that one, and that's pretty cool. But I will admit, I did buy a couple more, and I didn't realize how pringly they'd be. So with all of that put together, I feel like a bit of ramble, but I feel like Wizards of the Coast is stepping on their own feet. They're not going to get the reaction that they wanted. They're probably going to get people to buy into these a bit, but they're probably going to get more people to just go back into the reserve list. And I might make some videos in the future about what Wizards of the Coast can do about either the reserve list or putting cards that are being printed nowadays into a new reserve list. But I can bet you much monies that Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast is looking at the price increase of the reserve list, looking at people like Rudy and all these influencers, and just not enjoying the fact that the new products are not. They're selling really good, but they're selling good because people are trying to use the same mentality of the past onto the future. They're using the past, which is, oh yeah, when people sat on the boxes in the past, they sold really good. But the problem is, if everyone does the same thing, then they're just trying to find the greater fool. It's only when no one has thought of it that there is no real greater fool. It's a more of a supply and demand. But if everyone buys up the supply and expects there to be demand, that doesn't always have to happen, especially when everyone else is already predicting it. When it can be predicted, it usually doesn't go that way. So right now, I feel like the market is pretty much buying out all of the products, boxes, and etc. Because they, well, actually, some of the boxes aren't selling well, but like the collector boxes and all, because they think that that's the way to make money. But then the money just goes into the reserve list, and people avoid that in the future. So it's a weird cycle where you don't know if the people that are buying the boxes that are currently coming out from Wizards of the Coast for Magic are going up because of arbitrage or the idea of reselling at a later date for a higher profit, and or if the reserve list is starting to get a bit too expensive, so people are going to the new products. It's really hard to predict. You guys can let me know if you think there's a reason why on both sides of the market things are selling well. Or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the boxes for Valheim aren't selling well, but I've heard that the collector boxes are selling really well. So what's the thing that isn't selling well? If everything is selling well, then that itself is a problem. Or maybe it's not a problem. I don't know. It's weird. The world is weird right now. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you guys had some fun. I'm going to try to do these kinds of videos more often because I have I have other things that kind of aren't working as well as I want them to. I don't have time to, try to make 3 videos a day. Maybe that's my fault. I was trying to make too many videos. I wanted to capture at least a bit of the market that was going on, but outside of that, I'm going to leave it alone and see what you guys think about this. Thanks again, and please like and subscribe.